Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Stars Ladder Star Series I-League, whatever title this tournament is. I'm Luminous, joined by WinteR, as he's giving me a weird look. This is the first game of Group B today for compLexity Gaming versus Vega Squadron. As you may know, all of these teams have a record of 1 and 2. Them and Secret, as well as who's the last team that's also 1 and 2 in this group? Let me check.
5 seconds.
Wings. So it's Vega, Team Secret, compLexity, as well as Wing, all at 1 and 2. So all of these games coming your way is going to be very, very important. WinteR, you've been watching compLexity a bit yesterday, as well as Vega. What's your outlook on these teams?
I think I only caught one of the compLexity games.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, Vega, I didn't watch any of their games because I was casting the other time. But overall, I think Vega has a very similar playstyle from before, but they are not having a very good time in the past month or two.
Okay.
And compLexity with the new roster, they look quite promising at the start, like during the qualifiers to Shanghai, they made it. But during the first few games, they look really shaky though.
Yeah,
even the last game yesterday they won. It was against Wings. Yeah,
yes.
the game where they were up against the Morphling game. Even though they won, I felt like they should have ended the game earlier. It shouldn't have dragged it so long because Wings had such a greedy lineup, and Morphling didn't go for BKB against those heroes, their heroes. So
yeah.
it didn't feel like they were really convincing even with the games that they won yesterday.
I think Swendo has mentioned that when they get off in a bad start, they just get into tilt mode, and that's where games could get spiraling out of control from them. Hopefully that doesn't happen for them this game. Vega's going to open things up with the Invoker pick. We just saw Dandy, at least on this stream, have some big Invoker performance. Ended the game with like 17, 3, and 13 or something like that. Invoker, you think he's a first pick worthy hero over the likes of, let's say, Earth Spirit or Death Prophet?
I would take Ghost Lady any time of the day.
Ghost Lady, okay.
Yeah, but Invoker like relies a lot on execution, and you need to build a draft around it. And laning phase wise, I would obviously favor Death Prophet right now. She's a hero that can actually deal with most of the heroes, and you can beat your lane matchup very well. And we saw teams picking Lone Jude just to 1v1 with the Death Prophet, because the other heroes are going to have a very hard time 1v1. Like even Viper would struggle 1v1 versus Death Prophet because that's how powerful the hero is right now. Like players are adjusting the playstyle, the skill build especially. They max Spirit Siphon first over the Crypt Swarm. It allows the DP to win her matchup easily.
I think Limp he played, I want to say, 2 Death Prophet games yesterday, and he lost the lanes both times.
Because he maxed the wrong spell first. Did he?
No? I don't remember for sure, but he also got a lot of ganks coming his way. There was an Earth Spirit just constantly in his lane for one game, and the other game he died to a Chen Creep. That was against Team Liquid. So at least for his sake, hopefully he's not too tilted for today's games as well. I think right now it's looking to be like a Zeus mid, and Zeus is, I mean, he doesn't lose a lane against anybody, right? Just arc.
There are a couple of matchups probably more difficult, like the Viper or the Queen of Pain matchup, but mostly he should do fine. Like against TA, the harder time comes when TA is level 5. Then when he gets a lot of damage from Refraction, it's very hard for you to last hit with Arc Lightning.
Oh, Invoker maybe after a couple of Exort points? Is that the same thing?
Yeah, but then when Zeus has levels against Exort Invoker, you can always spam him down with Lightning Bolt.
Right.
It will be also troublesome. I mean, against Invoker it's fine. But overall, the opening from compLexity looks a bit weird. I don't think I've seen this sort of opening ever. Like they open with Zeus. I mean, Zeus could be off lane. We saw it from RTK.
Yes. Or support. We saw that from MMY.
Or support. So he's definitely still quite a flexible pick, but not for every team. I don't think every team like picks Zeus and oh, we can actually do support Zeus, we can do offlane Zeus. You know, not every team does that.
Actually, speaking of LGD, these looks to be like LGD hero because they run Zeus, they run Witch Doctor quite a bit.
Team fight is like mostly a lot of team fight potential with these two. Very good in the lane, Witch Doctor. Good in team fight. Zeus as well, decent in the lane. Obviously team fight he provides a lot of damage.
And some of the more annoying hero against Zeus is banned out. Void, notably very, very good with time dilation, as well as...
Good setup too. I think Vega Squadron didn't want to give away the Void plus Zeus together for
yes. And of course Chan being taken out as well. A good ganker against the Zeus early on, as well as the heals to kind of limit his damage output. So I think this draft is... I don't want to say even, because I'd rather be on the side of the Invoker Venge, but...
Yeah, I mean it's easy to say that because Invoker and Venge are mostly the heroes that we see a lot and being much more successful than the Zeus and Witch Doctor. But I think overall, compLexity are going for probably like a draft that focuses around team fight. They have 2 team fight heroes, and they have decent laning phase, so we'll see how they actually use that. And they're on diet, so maybe win team fight, go Roshan, a draft around those 2 points.
I wonder if they're going to bring back the Brewmaster as well, because it's a hero that team fights extremely well.
That's a Swindle hero, right? In this
yes.
team?
Although I think Chessie has also played it. I'm not positive on that. And of course, compLexity likes to run offensive dual lanes with their carry, and then Swindle plays a safe lane, off lane.
But I guess if you have Zeus, it's very unlikely you have Panda as your safe lane carry, because you need more damage power, like something like a lone druid. So they have good team fight, and then when they win a team fight, they have someone to take down towers, and also the fact that lone druid can be used for the Roshan factor since they're on dire. So their strategy is starting to build up right now. They have team fight, tower pushing, and Roshan taking capabilities.
Would you say there's one very good hero, or maybe one way of playing that's very good against the lone druid as a whole? Because I feel like the hero is very hard to lane against, right?
It's like what type of heroes you want to pick. I think playing against the hero, you can't really like, oh, we have to alter our playstyle. You just need to pick heroes that are good versus lone druid. Like Sven, you get armor, or you pick like Razor, you can drain the bear's damage, or you pick Slardar, because Slardar is really good versus the bear as well. Like those are the good examples against lone druid.
Well, they got a little bit of you know, minus armor from the Venge. The plus armor is good from Sven. Of course, Alacrity, you could...
They have good ways of killing the bear.
But it's not. There's not a really just a one hero that's very good against Druid, right? Maybe
Lifestealer, if you're asking me that, because I mean it goes both ways, because
he can root you,
but he can also root you. So
I remember the old days where you I quote unquote counter pick Lone Druid with Lich. Give him the Chain Frost when he's like alone in jungle. Frost armor is decent, but actually I haven't seen a Lich in this patch.
He's actually not so sought after, because there are a lot of supports that are much better than Lich in the early game, because Lich is like all in, like you have to win your lanes. If you don't win your lanes, then the hero doesn't do anything after. Some games you might pick the Lich just to counteract like the minus armor, like against Lada or whatnot, but you don't just pick Lich like just in any game. You have to, it's very situational, that's why you don't see him so much.
Yeah, the Lich partners are not very seen as well. The Undying just gone. Doom is not here. Ooh, looks like we're gonna see that off-lane Enchantress that we see from time to time in NA scene. And
interesting.
I don't think it's good against this draft. It's like just magic damage. They could kill you with what? Magic Missile, Stormhammer, Sunstrike.
If it's an Exort Invoker, that's. But Enchantress is an off-lane hero that I mean it could still be support, because if you look at their heroes, if you put Zeus mid, Lone Druid safe lane, and then you have Witch Doctor, so it's still either off lane. I think it's a support. I don't think it's off lane, because like you mentioned, off lane Enchantress, you have to be able to do well in the laning phase, and if you don't do well in the laning phase, I think we saw a game today. I was casting that game, the first game of the day. The Enchantress got nothing from the lane, and it was against Fnatic. Fnatic like blocked the camp, so Enchantress couldn't do anything off lane, and he was useless, and he couldn't do anything. It was against Spirit, yeah. So I think a big part of how successful the off lane Enchantress is the laning phase. If you can't do well in the laning phase, the hero is like half useless already. But right now, Vega Squadron have more push with the Nature's Prophet. Laning phase wise, Nature's Prophet quite decent versus Witch Doctor. You can use the treants to actually push him out, so you can actually get experience and get last hit. And he's I would say pretty good versus Lone Druid, because he's good versus carries that don't have stun or a lot of burst damage.
Okay, because you could TP out and
you can TP out. So you can play very aggressive, take farm, take experience, and then if the Witch Doctor stun comes out, you just TP it. So
I also think that he's very good against Zeus, right? If Invoker in the mid lane starts going on Zeus with Cold Snap, you TP behind him and suddenly with Sprout and just right.
Yeah, they have a lot of global presence. Like even if you gank the other lanes, you have Sprout into Sunstrike. So there's a lot of early game threat that they can actually accomplish against compLexity. So their lanes have to be much more careful in terms of how they play it out. They have to be much more conservative. They need to think about, oh, the Prophet might TP and the Sunstrike. So there's a very good possibility that I die if I make a wrong move.
Okay, so I'm expecting some sort of a tanky core, because generally when compLexity runs their side lane cores, it's just 2 bruisers. Yesterday I saw things like Brewmaster plus Bristleback.
This game probably they want like someone that's self-sufficient. They need someone that doesn't take too much farm and can initiate, because they need an initiating hero. I mean, we see Panda a lot from this team. Like like from what they play. Like they like to put him on either Tusk or Panda. That's what I see a lot. Those two heroes, I would prefer Tusk because I think that Panda needs to farm the Blink and it might be a problem for them because the lanes are going to be really hard.
That is true. Yesterday we saw one game where compLexity just the Brewmaster just kept dying, and by the time that he farmed the Blink, the game was essentially over.
They're banning Gyro, so they think that the Zeus is offlane or the Lone Druid. But this team doesn't play Lone Druid offlane because that's what I understand.
Kunkka.
Wait, Kunkka is the offlane?
I think Kunkka's the support.
So Enchantress is
Offlane,
the offlane.
Lone Druid, safe, Zeus mid.
Interesting. I mean, Kunkka is good when you have a tanky hero like Lone Druid. It's very similar to Abaddon. You want to have a tanky hero so you can utilize the fact that you can keep him alive, keep drawing out the fight, and you can do a lot. And the X-Mark obviously really good versus the Nature's Prophet.
Yes. The concern for Kunkka is how does he get to the level 6?
It's a greedy hero.
Yeah, he's very greedy.
He
and
doesn't
also
do much early game.
Again, if Enchantress isn't an offlane, it's not a good lane for Enchantress.
No, it's really not because I think that he's going to have a hard time. So
actually, I'm expecting Witch Doctor plus Lone Druid in the offlane. You safe lane Enchantress plus Kunkka against the Nature's Prophet. In that matchup, Enchantress walks all over the Nature's Prophet, right? The Treant harass doesn't do anything. The right click harass
is definitely better than going offlane, but I'm not sure though. I don't think this team might actually put that type of lane set. I'm not very sure. But like you mentioned, I'm very concerned about how they are going to lane this Enchantress because if it's indeed going to be offlane Enchantress, I'm going to struggle to see what type of early game that he's going to have because he's going to get nothing.
Yeah. I think it has to be the safe lane Enchantress. Or just
but
match up.
It's weird, right? If you do safe lane Enchantress and then offlane Lone Druid, I don't know, I just find it weird.
Okay, well, we'll see how they do
I
it.
know the matchup is good for Enchantress, like versus the Prophet, but it's just weird to do that.
Meanwhile, on Vega Squadron, they need support. It's going to be AA, so a ton of global added to
the Enchantress is not going to be alive in the lane against that.
Yeah, she has to dodge.
So if she doesn't dodge, there's also another way to play it. You take Enchant at level 1, so you go to the camp, you bring creeps to the lane,
Okay.
to play, and then you keep refreshing the duration with your Enchant, if you get a good creep. But during the match when we saw Fnatic versus Spirit, so what they did was they knew that it was a really tough lane. It was Bane plus Leshra. So Enchantress couldn't do anything in the lane.
And
so they blocked the camp as well. So the Enchantress basically could not do anything at all.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Olymp is confirming the mid Zeus. That's not the surprising.
Maybe they have to, if they want to do the offlane Enchantress, they have to secure that camp. They maybe need to scout early, make sure that Vega doesn't block the camp.
Go as 4 or 5?
Yeah, if they are going to do that. If you do like the normal setup, Enchantress goes offlane and you don't take the second spell, you don't get Enchant and you go for the normal build, Untouchable and heal. It's hard though. I think he just dies to the burst because there's just way too much burst.
Well, Swindle takes the Enchantress, and he's generally the safe lane. I say that though, Chessie now moves to the safe lane up top. We'll see. I'm sure he knows that it's going to be a tough lane if he goes bottom.
This is going to be super tough though. I'm going to see how they actually approach this game with the Enchantress.
Yeah.
Because I think this hero, without farm from the lane, is going to be very, very hard to contribute anything to the team.
Even with farm this game, you talked about Ice Blast, the global, she's just food. She's squishy as hell. Now we do see compLexity roaming to the bottom side of the map, which already 2 wards being laid down by Vega, so they should have a good guess.
Just look at what they're doing. So they are indeed, as I mentioned, they are trying to protect the camp for the Enchantress. They are scouting it out here. But let's see what did the Enchantress. He hasn't taken his skill point yet, but as we can see right now, that compLexity is trying to protect this camp on the right, just to make sure that if the Enchantress needs the camp, it's going to be available for him. Do they have sentries on the supports?
No, they don't.
Huh, interesting. So
for the dire support, there's no sentries.
So if it actually gets blocked, they won't have... Are they saving gold for that? No, actually no. Kunkka has boots.
Okay. I mean, I get that too, just for the initiation, but you know, level 1, you're not really killing much. Speaking of sentries, there is a pair on Seaman the Slayer, or Sioma the Slayer.
Sioma the Slayer.
Alright, they are definitely getting the jungle like protected.
Yeah, this is really important, I think. I mean, if I play offlane Enchantress, I would tell my team to do that. Because I think it's really important that you have access to the jungle. Like if you compare him to someone else, like maybe a Darkseer, I mean, yes, it's nice to have that jungle, but even if you don't have that jungle, it's still playable for you.
Sioma is just like walking in. I think he's gonna just get this D ward.
Yep, he's making sure that he gets his camp. Just look at what Swindle is doing right now. He's standing on the high ground, making sure that no one is
I hope
coming
he doesn't block the camp by accident.
Nah,
the box is very big.
Yeah, he has enchant right now, so he's gonna make sure that he gets a good creep and goes to the lane. And his brother Zfrick is actually also on the bottom lane. So
I find that interesting because both of these heroes need quite a bit of experience, especially in transition. You want to hit level 3 for like untouchable as well as heal. And Kunkka being here doesn't really help him that much in the lane. He's got a fairly good creep, I want to say.
Oh, this creep is really good for the lane.
Just the regen's nice, the Hadouken is amazing.
Even the mana burn creep for the lane is also really nice. Like if you keep mana burning the bench or the Sven, as long as one of those heroes don't have mana to follow up the combo, then you should be able to lane very well too. So let's see what they're gonna do right now. So Swindles is gonna bring the Satyr into the lane with the Conquer. But like you mentioned, I agree. Both of these heroes need a lot of levels.
Yeah. I thought it would make a little bit more sense to be the Witch Doctor here. And then the Kunkka just run pools nonstop.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Yeah, it's very good against Mag, right? You just go on him, force the TP.
But right now, like I mentioned, Prophet is really good versus Witch Doctor. Like you can't really zone him. Like he's gonna be able to farm in the lane.
In fact, he's
the trade-off that they are getting right now is both like the off lane from Vega is gonna get a lot of experience. Farm maybe not so much, but experience definitely.
All right, how's the mid lane doing here? No one is walking up the ramp against Limp. And Limp is getting completely zoned out. Nothing to arc off of to get the creeps.
This is worrisome. Because he's actually going for this double, the early 2 points in Exort. That's why he's able to actually do this. So they're going to have a lot of global presence with the Prophet TP and Sunstrike. So the bottom lane also has to be really careful. Like if they get into a really bad position, just a stun, bench stun, Sven stun, Sunstrike, it's an easy kill.
Well, I mean, right now there's 2.
Wow.
Holy!
They actually got 2.
Yeah, and then Solo just lost like half of his HP. Actually, if they get X now, that's a kill. At least on the A. X into Torrent and then double Hadouken.
Yeah, but they can't be too cocky right now because Prophet can easily TP in if they get caught by the bench or the Sven. So I think the best thing is like just to try to maintain control of the creep equivalent right here, right around this area is really good for compLexity. Because this position is really safe for them. It's very hard for the bench or the Sven to actually run in and initiate on them.
Mid lane Limp getting chased down here and the bottle helping him.
Huh, the Prophet actually didn't come in. Oh, he didn't have mana. Alright.
Ah, okay.
He didn't have mana.
Was using it mostly for the trees?
Yep.
And the trees is, again, being extremely annoying to Hanskin, who's essentially out of regen.
It's actually so strong, the trees now, because it moves so quickly. They got a buff in the movement speed, so it's very hard for the supports to deal with the treants right now. That's why the other thing is like, because I'm spamming so much treants, the build that I actually go for, I go for a lot more stats on Prophet on offlane, instead of like the Ring of Protection, maybe an extra circlet or branch, so I can actually keep spamming my treants. And have mana for a TP if needed in that situation. They would have gotten a first blood if he had mana.
Well, Swindles right now is absolutely dominating the lane. You know, we were concerned that whether he's going to stay in lane.
Yeah, the creep, like I mentioned, the camp is the key thing. If they got the camp and they get good creeps, then the lane will be fine for the Enchantress.
He's constantly refreshing it with the enchant. The Sun's going to come through here. In fact, everyone's tanking it. Sunstrike not even necessary. I don't think they will get the kill. First blood goes to no one. And, you know, Torrent not even casted because...
Perma lockdown, my
friend.
Lockdown. So bench is clarifying up right now. So they are going to be able to drop another set of combo. Pasha has a Mangle. So if they are able to catch out Enchantress with the next cooldown on Sunstrike, it should still be an easy kill in 18 seconds.
So, you know, we're really concerned about Enchantress's laning. We're 3.5 minutes in the game. Would you say that she's getting enough?
Yeah, she is. But obviously she needs more as well. You can't be content with your position. So as long as you don't die, I think if she doesn't die and continues this raid and controls the creep equilibrium, then she should be fine. Okay. But otherwise, if she dies in the next few minutes to a gank from Prophet, but she still has Tangle, so it's harder for the Prophet to gank him.
She also has Magic Wand, 6 charges, so it's gonna be tough getting that kill. Although, you know, again, Magic Missile, Sunstrike, Stormhammer.
Yeah, you just die instantly. I don't think you have... If you get completely locked down by both the stuns from the bench and the Sven, you just die.
Yeah. All right, Limp also on his way to level 6. Not exactly the best farm for Zeus.
Not to mention that if you look at Solo's skill build as well, he went for cold feet. So on top of the stun from the bench and the Sven, it would proc the cold feet as well. So you're not going to be moving for
really did.
5 seconds. So good luck with that. So back to your point, you're talking about the Zeus.
He's not farming well.
Yeah, I mean, against Exalt Invoker, I think it's a bit difficult, and I'm not sure how the first 2 waves play out, because I think it's really important that for Zeus to do well against Invoker, the first 2 waves you have to do really well.
He got basically cut. Invoker might have got the better block and just walked up the ramp.
The block is really important in this matchup, because if the block is terrible for the Zeus, then he's going to be zoned up really badly.
Yeah.
It's all about the block in this matchup. But I wasn't like closely paying attention to the blocks. I was just watching the Enchantress all the time. I was wondering how he's going to play his lane and how they're going to make the Kunkka plus Enchantress lane work.
And because Zeus is doing so poorly, it doesn't put pressure on the Vega support to need to gank that lane.
I wouldn't say he's that poorly. I mean, he's still getting some farm, you know. I mean,
okay, maybe poorly is like
he's not doing so well.
Poorly. Like he's not doing so good that you need to send the Venge to gank mid.
Yeah, basically he doesn't
need help. Invoker doesn't need
I know
help.
he's losing the lane, but I don't think there's much he can do. And you have to remember he's also probably playing scared because there's a Prophet TPing, might be TPing in.
Sure.
So he can't really be too aggressive because there's a lot of factors that resulting in the Zeus maybe playing more passive, so he doesn't take so much farm in the lane. So I mean, there's just a lot of things going through their mind. But right now, it definitely looks okay for the Enchantress, despite giving up the first blood on the Kunkka. So we'll see whether he actually rotates to gank the other lanes. I mean, mid lane is a bit harder. When the Zeus gets, they need the Zeus to get more level before the Kunkka can actually roam towards middle to try and initiate with Axe Mark into Torrent. Maybe top lane would be a lot easier because the Axe Mark is just really good versus the Prophet here.
Yeah. I mean, you probably open up with Cask into Torrent, and then if he TPs out, you
can
X-Mark.
Yeah, can you always save the X-Mark for last, and it lasts so long.
Actually, do you even, doesn't Savage Roar just cancel the
it does.
TP?
It does cancel TP too. So they
but
actually it's not exactly a stun, but it's a stun. So
he also runs back to his base faster, so I don't know. Savage Roar, what a spell.
It's like right now Dota, you have a lot of all these singular broken spells on certain heroes. Like that Prophet has Spirit Siphon, Lone Druid has Savage Roar. What other spells are broken? I remember there are a couple more. Like those spells are so strong, it's ridiculous. Like
I thought Arctic Burn was pretty broken.
Before that was Snowball and Arctic Burn. Yeah, those 2 spells.
Shards too. Tusk has 2 broken spells.
I mean, Shards is kind of in a much better spot now since he doesn't do so much damage and the mana cost got increased.
Diabolic Edict, was that broken? No, Lightning Storm.
No, right now I think X-Mark is still really strong. Because it's so good, you know, on the support, like the range. And I think it's just super good. It's very useful in a lot of situations. And it always like puts you in a safe, you don't have to be in a dangerous position to use the spell.
Because the range is so far.
Anything that you can initiate with and not fully commit, it's always really good.
Did you see, I think it was DJ that made some sick play with X marks the spot. It was against a Disruptor that was glimpsing people around, then he would just X his teammate or himself.
Pull him back.
And pull him back. It's just
my favorite combo is with the bench swap. You X your own bench. Your bench is the teammate.
Yeah, and then you swap,
It's like a free mid hook. That's my favorite.
Of course, you could also do very like nice cheesy things like your carry TPs back to base, you X him.
Yeah, of course. Efficiency.
Stuff like that.
Refill bottles, whatnot.
I refill S4's bottle once like that with X. I felt like I did something that game, and then he carried me.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of myself too.
Go talk to Gustav after that and ask him about what he felt. I'm pretty sure, in his games, everyone wants to refill his bottle.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone wants to, save
stack
him.
camp for him.
Stack for him, Make sure they are useful.
Sometimes you X-Mark, he's like, hey, I'm coming to gank for you. X-Mark, you mess up your X-Torn combo, and then you walk away in shame. That may or may not have happened in that game. But yeah. What is happening, Vega?
Technical difficulties. PC restarting. Because I remember when Fnatic was playing today, they had issues with their PCs too, and I think they might be using the same room because Fnatic already finished their games and Vega might have actually went to that room because one of the PCs had issues today, earlier today.
So if you guys are still not up to date with the Group 1 standings, finishing a first seed is LGD, second is Alliance, and then third is EG. I did not think that EG will finish third. But
You know, Dota 2, you can't expect everything to pan out according to plan, you know.
man, I'm still with that Fnatic EG game. If Fnatic won that one, holy, I think EG would have been out.
Yes.
Yes, EG would have
Yeah,
been
correct.
out. And that was damn close.
And Pasha is back into the game, so hopefully we are able to resume.
Alright, let's get some Dota back.
Let's go. Off lane Enchantress with 2 Slaters.
Yeah, they're pretty much out of mana though, so.
Yes, they are out of mana. One of them has one more Shockwave.
How long do you keep refreshing them?
Did he refresh it before that? One time, right? At least.
No, he's been refreshing it non-stop.
Both of them.
Yeah, both of them.
Let's see. Okay, he has the cooldown.
Yeah, you have cooldown to keep both. I don't think the HP
Because
regens.
I think he's gonna scout. Yeah, he's gonna see what creep he gets a better creep. It's like you want only one of those two, so you have the aura, and then you have another creep to actually harass and have mana.
Oh man, the Hellbear Smasher is no joke for supports.
That you can't fight the creep,
Yeah.
so you have to just back off. So this is actually really good for the Enchantress now, getting good creeps.
I am surprised that Z-Freak is still coming back into this lane, because I think at this point Swindle has dominated lane enough where he could passively just farm. The Kunkka could be more effective elsewhere to either sap experience, pull, or kill.
Or mid lane.
Mid lane making a dive here. Magic Missile is going to hit Sunstrike onto Limp as well, and Limp taking way too much damage. Bottle's not going to be enough. There's going to be X Torn. I think he's under tower range. No, not enough. The creeps are helping him out, and looks like the armor of the creeps will be enough.
Venge is actually one tanky support.
Yeah, she is. Actually only 4 armor. I want to say that he's much higher than that.
Not on Spirit Breaker level, but
Pretty good for a range hero.
yeah, they noticed they were actually playing very safe with the Zeus, but they just still got caught because they noticed that Venge wasn't in the lane for such a long time. Swindle is actually getting.
Dude, he's harassing
He's
hard.
like just having a time of life now because the bench is away. Even though they lost the Zeus, but Enchantress is getting way much more space right now.
Yep. So when do you rotate off the lane as Enchantress, or do you ever rotate
I
off the
think
lane?
he just keeps, like Enchantress, you want to keep staying in the lane, no? Like you want to stay around. Maybe you go to the jungle if you feel like there's too many heroes off the map. But otherwise, I think he's a off-laner that wants to sit in the lane. He's like Darkseer. He's not the one moving around like Tusk to make all the Slada.
Yeah.
He's the one sitting in the lane and you wait for your team to come to you.
Alright, how about this creep? Is this a good one?
Decent, you have the aura for the armor, so... I mean, but it's not the best, if you ask me, for sure.
I think this one you just... I guess earlier in the game you could send it mid and just harass her.
Yeah, it's more useful earlier if you get this creep, but in the later portions...
Slayer?
No, he didn't get the X mark off.
No.
He was close. He was close, but...
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So they're going to invade the jungle, but they do not have any wards to place. They actually place a ward in mid lane to give vision for the Zeus to make sure that he's safe all the time. But level 6 is going to come for Lim, so that's going to allow them to play aggressive bottom lane with the Zeus ulti soon. X mark Torrent, Zeus ultimate.
With, a couple right clicks from the creeps. And they got the Hadouken, so...
Hadouken.
Alright, X marks the spot. Okay, Tornado also got casted and cancelled. Not sure what that's about.
They might be able... Yeah, I think the AA is dead if they have Zeus ultimate and they get the X mark on him. He's just instantly dead.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, Enchantress actually hits pretty hard. Alright.
Oh, they used the
just
stun.
flies off.
Okay.
Here comes Z-Freak.
This might actually be dangerous for Vega if they get caught. There's no Stormhammer on the Sven right now.
Thinking about going.
Prophet is level 6 too, okay. Forgot to mention that. He just popped level 6.
Well, look at Solo though. He's so low. He's gonna get X'd. Horn's gonna come through. And here comes, I believe, one Fairy Fire.
Ulti.
Oh, they don't even need it. Okay, yeah, they didn't need that.
Alright, so Invoker has Midas right now. He's having a really, really good time in his lane. But compLexity, on the other hand, has a really good offlane going on for Swindle this game. He's been given a lot of space because the bench decided to rotate away, and obviously the luck of the creeps as well. Swindle has been getting a lot of good creeps to assist him in the laning phase.
Yep. They're gonna try to make it go on here on Swindle. Everything onto Swindle. Again, you can see how easy it was to
Yeah,
get the kill.
even with the head start, he couldn't even use his wand. Like,
Yeah.
maybe you want to have more HP. Like, I don't know.
Dude, he has strength threats.
Even with the extra bracer, I think if he gets a bracer now, it's still.
I mean, he'll probably just get an Ogre Club for Dragonlance next.
Yeah, you want to go Dragonlance first, yeah.
So he'll probably, once he gets the 1,000, he... The thing is, I don't think he survives that even with Dragon...
With the Ogre Club.
Ogre Club, yeah.
If he's able to pop the stick charge and the torrent goes off, you know, and the Witch Doctor teleports in, I think he just needed more HP.
Actually, that was with Wrath of Nature as
Yeah,
well.
he goes for the bracer, you see. I play this hero, I know. I always do the same thing, you know, every time I die, like, screw this, I need more HP, then I get a bracer. When I'm trying to save up for those expensive items, like the 1k items or the point booster, and then I die, I feel like so bad, and then I'm just like buying something small.
I don't know. I felt like if he didn't buy the bracer, he was so close. I would have just jungled my way up to an Ogre Club and
Yeah,
then came back in
but
lane.
like the thing with heroes like this is you always want to have small items that help you survive, because he's always going to be fighting a lot.
Okay, I guess that's fair.
So right now, we didn't see the rotation at the top at the Zeus. We were busy talking about other stuff, Dragonlance.
Dragonlance, good item.
Yeah, it is a good item. So Mag is going to TP back into the lane.
Yeah,
Wasn't in time to get the deny though, but let's see what he actually goes for in this game. Like the standard builds are mostly, right now nowadays, all the prophets go drum. You get phase boot, you get upgraded wand sometimes. Like Bulldog always upgrades the wand and then he gets drums after that.
Drums, maybe not the best against like Enchantress and...
but you just need like stats to fight. Like, what else do you get? Like Orchid, you want to rush the Orchid? You can only do that if you're having a very, very good early game though. Then you get the Orchid at a very good time. I mean, Orchid's good. I understand against the Kunkka, against like the Zeus or the Enchantress. All those heroes.
How about taking it a little bit old school, the Hand of Midas?
I don't like Midas on Prophet in the current meta.
What's wrong with it?
I feel like he needs to be played as a fast-paced hero, not a slow-paced hero. You only do that probably if you are like assured of your early game, you are in such a good position, you're big lead. Otherwise, I don't think Midas is good on Prophet.
The reason I'm saying it is any gank that he's at, ideally you have things like AA Ice Blast to help you out and a Sunstrike. So I think there's less pressure.
Xioma gets X-Mark. Alright.
Zeus is not close enough. Oh, now he is.
He is dead. He should be dead.
Yeah, there you go. Meanwhile,
Sunstrike. They still have Sunstrike, but they're not gonna choose to engage into that.
Yeah. 9 Posture also drops relatively low.
Seafreak has his ultimate now. Okay, this is the timing for compLexity. They have all the ultimates ready to go from their supports. The supports are just way higher level than the supports on Vega. The bench and A are both on level 5.
Yeah, and also they do much more with the level 6 as well. The boat being one of the kind of the best ultimates early on. Big AoE ult, a ton of damage output, and the Coco Realm.
Coco Realm.
It's what a name, you know? Alright, here comes the glyph being used. X on anybody? Alright, there's the X. The boat's gonna come. They need a little bit more. I don't think that could be a solo kill. Yeah,
even
no
if
Zeus ult.
Even if Zeus had ulti, that wasn't a kill. So
yeah,
he was just trying to defend by himself. Like the team was like not able to respond to that. But it seems like Enchantress had a TP, so he could have actually responded to that. So maybe they decided they were too late, so there's no point TPing in.
Swindle being a little bit aggressive. Draws the tower aggro, and now he's...
Solo's in trouble! That's a Zeus ultimate in 20 seconds and the Tornado on him.
He's dead, right?
No, the Zeus ultimate is not yet on.
Alright, DP zone, yeah, immediately. I think the Magic Missile had to be used on the Wildkin to cancel it.
Yeah, he cancelled the Tornado.
But now Swindle in a lot of trouble as well. Cold Snap's coming in, but they actually don't attack very fast. He gets a tower. He's gonna Magic Wand up. Would that be enough? Torrent's gonna come through. He finally goes down, and here comes the Death Ward. It's gonna kill no one.
Just look at that. The Bracer did work. If he didn't have the Bracer, he couldn't click his wand, like 17 charge wand, and it wouldn't have bought enough time for his teammates.
He would have Ogre Club if he didn't have Bracer.
Screw you.
That's all I'm saying, right?
Screw you.
Vega, or sorry, Slayer trying to run here, and Z-Freak's got the X. The Bolt is gonna come out. That should be easy kill, and Limp now really back in the game after getting a couple of kills.
Dude, he finishes his drum. So what do you have to say about that? He feels the drum on the Enchantress. He wants more HP.
I'm just saying, could have Dragonlance.
You really don't like all the small items. Like, you just want to go greedy. Confirm carry player Luminous.
I'm a carry support. Mid lane, teleport comes in. There's a Sprout, but he just walks out. The Sun's gonna hit Kofi. Can it actually tick in? I think it will. Yeah, barely. Sunstrike's gonna come through. They will get Chessie. Pretty nice stuff. And this is what the lineup's supposed to do. The global globalness.
Threat, the global threat. Oh, the swap onto Limp. He has a haste, but there's no use. He gets stunned and Ice Blast blows him up.
The bolt
Too late.
gasket is still bouncing. Okay.
So 2 big kills for Vega, killing the Zeus and the Lone Druid. So really, really good exchanges there for them. They even managed to defend their tower. All of a sudden, from compLexity getting a good trade to Vega getting a much better trade.
Yep. I think with games that are trading back and forth like this, the team that gets the first Roche has a big lead, and compLexity.
I mean, both teams have lineups for Roche. Like if you look at that.
Well, them just being on the dire side helps out.
And Pasha, meanwhile, you know, going for the Helm of Dominator build. So clear stacks, name of the game.
Oh. He is technically clearing stacks. Oh! Is that a kill?
Oh no, Zeus ultimate.
No,
right.
no,
Oh,
Zeus.
Zeus, yes,
He's
yes,
fighting
Zeus
the
ultimate!
smoke?
Zeus has ultimate.
Oh, dude, he knows. That's why he smoked for it.
Oh my god.
Is that why he smoked for it?
Yeah,
that would be sick play.
he did, yeah. That's why he did it. Because they knew
Damn.
Oh my god.
Dota 2, man.
Dota 2.
Remember
boys.
when you could have used smoke for Panda Ultimates?
Oh yeah,
That was so fun.
yeah, so old school.
As a support, they go on you, you're like, okay. We're just
Smoke
smoking it.
of deceit, Panda.
And then they moved it. That was sad.
Feels bad, man. Oh, he actually goes for a mech on the Prophet. That is old school.
Alright, the Ice Blast is gonna hit. Well, Mag is dropping low. X-Torn, the bolt's gonna hit. They do get the 1 kill, but they're all Ice Blasted. Here comes the Yule Scepter. They're gonna throw everything on Swindle, but he is still fairly tanky. Finally dies to a little bit of fire. The Bear on a lot of trouble as well. No, the Bear being healed up. Alright, 1-for-1 trade
Damn.
tower though.
That was like the initiation without commitment, because you're so far range and you just kill somebody from a far distance and they can't do anything. He wasn't even able to pop his mech for that.
My computer just froze. No, I just had a spike. Sorry. What were we saying?
Technically, it wasn't your computer.
Technically, that is true.
I'm just saying that he didn't manage to pop his...
The wrong range.
He didn't manage to pop his mech from that.
Oh, they had Ice Blast anyways.
Oh yeah. No.
I think
Blast is-
Swindle didn't get Ice Blast.
No, I mean the Prophet had a mech and he didn't get to pop his mech.
Oh.
So they have the mech on Prophet, which is something we don't see at all right now. I want to say like
I've seen it one game. In this
most
one.
of the players either go for the Blade Mill or they go for the drums build that Bulldog is using right now.
Do you think the mech is a good choice this game?
It's okay. It's very similar to the drums. Like the purpose is the same. You want to fight early. And since that they don't really have anyone else to build the mech, so like none of the other heroes can build the mech.
Yeah, makes sense.
So it's either they get a mech on Prophet or they play without a mech at all. So
And the mech would be very nice against Zeus.
yeah, against Zeus and the bolt, they have so much burst that you want a mech to be able to save a teammate. Unfortunately, it wasn't there to save himself because he got burst down from full to nothing. That's why in like some players against like a bursty lineup as Prophet, they like to go for threats.
Yep.
Over the face boots.
I think he made that decision much earlier in the lane.
Yeah,
phase,
it was much earlier, but some players make the decision based on lineup. Like, I'm going to be facing a lot of bursts, so I want that little bit of extra HP to survive in team fights. It might be a difference of me popping the mech or not popping the mech.
Are you a fan of getting stat points on Team Enchantress?
Oh, swap.
Z-Frick swap. He throws out the bow, so that's going to help him a little bit. Look at how long he's surviving. He will shatter, he will die, but the bow buff on a couple of teammates. Meanwhile, in the back line here, Mag focusing on Hanskin. Enchantress now running out, but she's fine because she's got Max untouchable. So just a 1-for-1 trade again, support for support. A ton of commitment, and the big thing for me is that Chessie has been just farming away.
Power farming, my friend.
Yeah. Got the Relic.
He already has Radiance, right? Oh no, soon. Like
soon.
400 go away, but that's gonna be their power spike. Once they get the Radiance, they should be always constantly looking to fight with the bolt, and like all their spells are really low cooldown. So they can keep fighting around their ultimates. Like maybe even try to get Roshan. Because if you look at the map now, all the tier 1s are removed from Vega, so as long as they find a good timing, creep waves are all pushed out, they should be able to get Roshan.
So I'm still somewhat lost in terms of what the Enchantress's role was this game.
Winning the lane, like you want to be annoying and farm in the lane, so slow down the Sven. He did slow down the Sven in the laning phase.
He did. He actually did very well in that lane.
It's just after that, like it's always the problem of the hero. After that, what do you do? Like how much can you accomplish after your laning phase? Because Enchantress is always all about the laning phase. You want to get as much as you can out of the lane. But then after that, what she does is not very comparable to other offlaners. Unless it reaches like super late game where you obviously get Dragonlance, you get Aghanim, you get Muscle Manners, and you are actually the carry.
Right. Which doesn't I mean, it rarely gets there.
It rarely gets there, but when it does get there, she's really, really strong.
Yeah.
So no one has actually opted to go for the Blink heals build. So not opting to go for the Necro build that we saw in some of the games.
Yeah, it seems like the Necro against Enchantress is probably not where you want to go. So
you want to be able to like solo kill bursts and just drag, because what they want to do with their lineup is like they want to like solo pick off. The Prophet will split them up, and they try to get pick off with the Invoker, and Prophet can TP in or just use the ultimate to help out with some damage.
the Yield Scepters also, you could use it defensively against Kunkka, or at least you could trick him. Play with his X marks his spot.
I guess you can, but
you know, really good Kunkka player.
It can also use to, you know, remove the X mark, because when he goes to late game, he might be X marking the Zeus. He comes up and he's used.
Right, and then you could use them.
And use him at the last moment. You can actually prevent the Kunkka from bringing his teammate back.
It's always a fun one to play against X with you.
Mind games, you know, it's all about the mind games. Yep. You have to keep constantly clicking on the hero, whether he uses his torrent, then you use the Cyclone.
Well, for now, Vega is the one that actually got a tower. Surprising that the push was effective as it is, because there is the Radiance on Bear, but here comes compLexity.
They should be looking to fight with the Radiance on the Bear, like just get a neat objectives or get a fight going.
Here comes Seafreak.
X-Mount? X-Mount? They see him?
Oh, Zeus checking it out.
Oh, he got him. Good play there. Zeus with the Scout, with the Wrath. He used himself.
There you go. There you go. So in that scenario, if you're the Kunkka, you should X him back immediately, because I don't think
you should pull him back immediately.
I don't think
because he needed to think about whether the torrent's coming or not. So if you pull him right away, there's a very good chance that he's not using the use.
Yep. And then the next one, no one's gonna immediately use. Like he's the mind game. He's prepared.
So Roshan, with the Radiance acquired the power spike, they're trying to get as much as they can with this Radiance.
Alright. So Window could just take that Force Spirit, but it's cool. Oh, Slayer's gonna find everybody. Okay, they're gonna focus on Seafreak. Huge speed here coming out here after Deathwing Blast. This team fight looking really good. 9posh coming out with the damage as well. Chesty though is fighting with the Bear. Decent run. There's a Savage Roar being used.
That was really good initiation from Vega there. They got the Deafening Blast set up into the Ice Blast.
Yep.
And the Meteor, that just instantly blew all their supports up. And
Blink Dagger, man.
Yep, Blink Dagger, you know, mobility item, that's why you get that item. And right now, because of that, Vega are going to be able to secure the Rosh for themselves instead of compLexity actually getting the Rosh instead with their Radiance.
Okay, so you talk about the Radiance power spike. It didn't really do anything because of the poor initiation. Now do you just make the late game play? You say, alright, we have Enchantress, we have Bear, let's just farm.
I mean, that's not the most ideal, but when you give away the Roshan, you ideally want to wait for the Aegis to expire before you try and take a fight. So I think that right now they probably want to just wait it out, try to farm more, like you mentioned, and try to strategize another plan as soon as the Aegis expires.
Okay. But once Aegis expire, you go again.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I think with the previous team fight, the Tier 2 and the Aegis, the Radiant team has gotten, another round of items. I'm not sure whether compLexity could even win team fights anymore. We're looking at heroes that
heroes are still good though at team fight, Lumi. Like very strong at team fight. They're not very good at farming like Kunkka, Witch Doctor, and Enchantress. They are all heroes that are looking to fight.
Okay.
So I think that you probably want to use the Bear when you're trying to smoke. The Bear with the Radiance will try to clear out the lanes, and then you try to find a pick-off with the other heroes. Like you are picking Zeus, Kunkka, and Witch Doctor, you want to keep fighting with those heroes. You don't really want to go into a farm wars against like Prophet. Like look at their heroes. Like French and AA are going to do a lot more in terms of going into super late game. Like Swap is just like one of the best spells for support in late game.
I want to say that compLexity is actually one of the few teams that still buy Glimmer Cape.
Who has Glimmer Cape?
Yeah, Witch Doctor has one.
It's pretty good this game against AA.
I mean, there's so much like chain stun lockdown. We saw the Bolt being able to protect somebody.
The Bolt, okay.
The Kokoro. And then now you put a Glimmer on top of that. It could get very tanky. compLexity looking to fight.
Yeah, they're trying to fight into the Aegis. Yeah, they need to make sure that they are taking a fight in the position where they could eliminate one foe. They need to eliminate someone first right away. This is the guy with the Aegis.
Okay, you could throw a bolt on top. Meanwhile, on the back line here, they're going to focus on Swindle, but he's got Glimmer up. He's fine. Meanwhile, the Meatball, though, and the Deathwing Blast Window still walking away. He's being healed up again. The Bear, though, doing so much work. No one, a lot of trouble, still being X'd up. Torrent going to follow through. They do get the kill. And now it seems like compLexity is winning team fight despite the fact of the Aegis advantage. Sioma trying to bring down the Kunkka with them. No chance.
That was like a really good initiation. They were able to, like I mentioned, they needed to single-handedly single out one target first, make sure that one hero is dead. So then you can't really do anything even if you have the Aegis advantage.
Also, it didn't help
the
that
Ice Blast didn't hit on that chance. They didn't get the Ice Blast on Swindle. That's why he was able to be heal up from his Nature's Attendant and obviously the Big Doctor heal as well. So
also, if you're compLexity and you're choosing one target to get hit by the Sven, it's probably the Enchantress because of Untouchable. So she just like tanked it all.
Yeah, but the main thing is like because the Ice Blast wasn't there, that's why Swindle could have lived. If the Ice Blast was there, it was like he's gonna be dead for sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think the target was okay for them, like for Vega to focus.
For Sven to go on Enchantress.
Yeah, but they needed, because I think the AA got distracted, that's why I wasn't paying attention what happened, but he didn't get the LB on.
Yeah. Top lane, Z3 with the X-Torn combo. Swindle with the cleanup, and suddenly...
Basically, like the Kunkka is like Bane, you know, you hide at the towers, and when someone is trying to push, you are always there to set up a kill for a team, and so long range, you know, you can even say that it's better than the Bane.
At least in this stage of the game, it could be better.
You should get Aether Lens on Kunkka next. It's so good. It's so damn good on Kunkka. Have you tried it? Like the range is like stupidly long.
I used to get Blink Dagger as a luxury.
Now you don't get Blink anymore now.
Now you don't, with the new introduction.
You get, I think the build probably if you have even more gold after the Aether Lens, you go for like the Aghanims. I think it's really strong right now. But so far I have not seen a game ever reach to that point with a support Kunkka. I
generally buy the mech for my team. Go Greaves.
Mech is okay. But I think with Aether Lens is just super good. Like it's just very hard to skip Aether Lens on support Kunkka. It's just like Bane, you know.
Yeah.
Nowadays everyone just get Aether Lens because it's just so good. And Swindle, use up, Sunstrike, Meatball, or Cold Snap.
Dude, he's fine. But actually not attacking him.
Well, but A is coming over, so there's still a swap. He gets a stun on too.
Yeah? Oh! Easy. What a player.
That is so frustrating.
I mean, again, I feel like Enchantress is more or less a joke hero. I mean, she's approaching to a status where she hits...
A joke hero? What?
She's approaching to a status where she's not a joke hero. But for the past 10 minutes or so, right? They're focusing on her so much. Do you think that's not the person they should be focusing?
But he does a lot of damage. Like she does a lot of damage.
Now she does.
I mean, she was already doing a lot of damage. So I think in team fights, there are basically three things that you need. They are doing a lot, like the Radiance Burn, the Zeus spells, and Impetus. So you really need to address those three heroes. And obviously, if you can focus down the Kunkka first, it's nice before he drops his bolt.
But that's hard.
Like a lot of points in team fights that you need to take care of if you're Vega. And right now, the Sven without BKB, I just feel it's difficult. If he has BKB, yes, he can just like run past everyone, just run in, focus the Kunkka, the Witch Doctor, kill the supports first. But without a BKB, it's much more difficult.
Alright, compLexity definitely feeling like they're the stronger team right now. They're just going.
Where is the BKB? How long is the BKB? Oh, it's actually quite a long way away. He only has the hammer.
Yeah.
That is actually bad.
Oh, this tower is definitely being handled down right now as the Bear on the front line mauling it down. We're going to need to see some plays here. I believe 9Paws just used ultimate. Here comes a Yule Scepter on the Bear. They're going to throw everything onto the Bear. Do they have another summon? I think they do. Yeah, they do. They could just resummon and go again, right? Invokers, all his damaging spells on CD.
They can even wait for the Sven's ultimate to wear off.
Oh, they're going to even TP back the Bear.
Did they X? They're just TP. Oh, using TP.
Yeah. Oh, he has return, so you don't need X.
No, I thought they were TPing like some other heroes.
Alright, hero back, yeah.
Yeah. But right now, this is troublesome for Vega. God's Rank is down. Bench is only... It's still 10 seconds before he comes back.
Yeah, but Prophet, doing Prophet things.
Decide to go back, yeah?
Yeah, all the lanes are pushed back. All the other lanes.
But I thought that there was quite a good window because God's Rank is down to actually remove the tower. I don't know. I think they could have actually done more.
I think so as well. Maybe they're trying to finish a couple items. Chessie.
What items are they waiting for?
They're waiting for Ags on Swindles, who is 800 go away.
Okay. But it's still a long way. It's like, I don't know. I just felt like they could have at least, at the very least, get the tower and just back off.
Chessie, I think, is close to finishing AC as well. So that's pretty good for them. And then Zeus, Zeus doesn't really have anything that pressing. I'm surprised that Zeus got a
Has
blink.
nothing, you mean?
No, nothing that he's really finishing right
finishing,
now.
okay.
Yeah. What's your thought about Blink Zeus in this game? Do you think?
I think Blink is always good on Zeus. Always good.
Right, but comparing to, let's say, working towards your Octarine.
I like Blink. I think as Zeus, you always have to have either a Blink, a use, or like one of those 3 items.
Right.
But he chose to go for 2 because he needs it for the combo from the Invoker, so he doesn't get instantly burst down if he gets used. That's why I think the Blink is necessary this game. The use is just for the Invoker. I know I mentioned one of the 3, but sometimes you need 2.
Okay. My read on the situation is that you already have Aether Lens, so it helps you stay relatively far back. And you have Z-Free, mostly to stay in the front to find anybody.
Yeah,
so
but I think overall it's just useful like for against the Invoker and the stun from like Sven. I know you can cast from a very far distance, but it's good to have assurance so you can actually play aggressive.
It's definitely good against Vent Swap. If you get Swap, you could immediately blink out.
Yeah, I just feel like it's a really good item on Zeus overall. It's very hard to say, oh, use was actually bad this game on Zeus.
Alright, Kunkka has, instead of Aether Lens, he went Blink.
Blink, okay.
I don't know, I am agreeing with you that Aether Lens is better than Blink.
Because, you know why? Because my teammate, he actually tested both the builds. He says that he likes Aether. He thinks that Aether Lens is much better, and the build-up is good.
Yes, I've tested both of Sol, and I'm a bigger fan of Aether Lens. But Z-Freak, he's
unless they nerf Aether Lens, then maybe you can change your opinion on that. Which is probably gonna happen sometime soon. You know?
It's definitely happening. I'm phoning in Bruno and Ice Rock and whoever else.
GG. Get Aether Lens, guys, as much as you can now, because you'll never be the same.
Buy 2 of them on the same hero.
So Mag is just doing his thing right now. Like his build is really weird this game, like the Mag into the Maelstrom. Don't see that too much. Delaying the Aghanim's. But it's still gonna come into effect right now.
Oh, Sioma, he's dead.
What? I thought they saw him.
Alright, he's dead. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Z-Freak a lot of trouble. Can he throw out the bow? He does, and it's gonna go straight. He swaps away, and he's still alive for now. Probably gonna die to Zeus. In fact, he does. But meanwhile, on the backline, Enchantress is dead.
The
Mag runs away.
BKB Sven is doing work.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of work. Hanskin gonna get trapped himself into trees and Forge Spirit Sprout, and that actually helps him.
Oh no!
Also, no mana. Actually, could he have Tress swapped? Oh no, he just dies. Yule Scepter didn't work.
Alright, that was the debut of the BKB on Sven, like I mentioned. Like once Vega gets to that point, they are going to be really strong with the Sven. That's why I felt like compLexity didn't utilize their window before that when they were pushing top. That was the time where the Sven didn't have BKB.
Well, to be fair, they didn't really know how close he was
to
finishing.
He was like out in the lane, like he popped out trying, he didn't have BKB. So it's like a good tell that he's not going to finish the BKB.
Yeah, that's true.
So I felt like they should have capitalized more during that window, because Dota is a lot of the times about I'm stronger now and how much you get from your time window. Yeah. If you don't do anything in your time window and then the time window passes, it goes to the opponent and they do a lot and you'll be in a bad position.
So, speaking of which, Vega did quite a bit, got the Roshan advantage.
Yeah, it's because they are strong right now. Like, if you see this game, there are a couple of the obvious timings was when compLexity got the Radiance. They were trying to look to fight, they didn't get a fight, they tried Roshan, and then they didn't feel confident in getting the Roshan, they went out the pit, they tried to take a fight, they got initiated by the Blink Invoker. That was their first timing that they squandered. And then this is the second timing that they squandered, before the Sven gets BKB.
Right. So how do compLexity play now? The fact that
they need to aim for like ultra late game, because I think I see Zeus as a hero that has no one gets the use onto the Swindle, Sunstrike, Meteor, Meatball, but he's so darn tanky. Where was the Ice Blast?
Yeah. Can we have more Lightning Bolt?
No, the Ice... Look,
Lightning Bolt!
Dude, the Ice Blast just landed now. The Ice Blast just landed here.
Well...
Oh well.
You could make the argument that I mean, no one didn't have to initiate that quickly, but...
Yeah, so just miscommunications there. But you mentioned that I was talking about the Zeus timings, because like Zeus is a hero is strong early game because enemy has no BKB yet. But when enemy has BKB, Zeus become weak. But when he goes to super late game, enemy BKB 5 seconds, then Zeus becomes strong again. So that's like 2 windows that Zeus are strong in the game.
Speaking of BKB,
So they need to wait out the game before the Zeus becomes like super good. So who else has BKB now, my friend?
Invoker has a BKB as
Yeah,
well.
he popped the BKB
Yep.
to escape there.
And I think you can make the argument that Prophet should build one next as well. It depends on how he wants to play it.
I actually think that if he's going full red mode, you probably should just get AC or whatever that helps you red more instead of BKB. But I can see a point why you
Because
want.
I think it's very good against Kunka as well.
Yeah, but I think that if you're doing ratting, you just don't want to get BKB. You just get AC. If you get BKB, means you want to fight. If you are sure that your team is going to take a head-on 5 versus 5 fight and you're going to be able to win the fight, then you get BKB.
Yep.
Because you have Mjolnir right now on Mag, so he's able to output a lot of damage. So if he's standing in one spot, he BKBs, he keeps outputting right clicks, he's going to do a lot. So if you're... I can see why you're suggesting the BKB. If you're able to take a team fight, yes, BKB is a good choice for Prophet.
The Mjolnir shield also very good against the Radiance, as it will keep proccing it.
Yep. Here we go, the move. Vega.
Uh-oh, here comes this initiation. They're going to focus on Chessie. He's tanky. He's okay for now. And Nineposh now switch the target.
Look at the
and Skin's going to
Enchantress.
be dead. Enchantress on the back line, shooting out shots like Big Cannon. Nineposh still okay. He's still okay. No one, though.
The damage!
No one's dead. Swindle being focused. Re-engagement by Nineposh, but he's now trapped here by Smoke. He gets
Oh,
X.
the
Enchantress! It's going to kill him. He does
Oh.
get the kill. Enchantress still in the middle fight. He will finally die, but not before taking out 2 or 3 heals with him. But are they out of damage? Yes, Chessie's going to be dead. Zeus is, well, out of that fight. I mean, yes, Enchantress was doing a lot of damage, but was not enough. I think Sven did way more in the beginning and
Dude,
commanded too much
I
attention.
think if he had BKB, he probably would have killed all the heroes there on that, because he got stunned so long. Cold Feet, Sven stun, Bench stun. Like he was, despite of all those knockdowns, he was actually killing the Sven by himself. Oh my god. He was killing the Sven and the Invoker, and he took out the Aegis on the Invoker.
Yes. Well, I think Zeus helped with the Invoker as well. But
Yeah, but he was doing the majority part of the damage in that fight.
And more importantly, the fact that her damage goes through BKB at a point where these BKB are fresh is the reason why that the Enchantress is so important right now.
Yep, I'm actually thinking of... You said BKB on Prophet, I'm thinking BKB on the Enchantress now.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, I'm taking back what I said about the BKB on Prophet, simply because the impetus does not
But he's going BKB.
Okay.
Because there's still, like you mentioned, the bow, the Axe Monk, the Zeus spells. BKB is still really good. I think this build will be good only if you have Mjolnir mid lane.
Oh, nice cold snap canceling a TP from Limp, but looks like they're gonna get too much. On the return, there's the X, the Torrent. Oh, actually, BKB is gonna just make that look silly. I mean, that's fine for compLexity. 1 BKB charge down the drain. Swindle, is he gonna go for BKB? Is there any other option?
I think so though. I think he needs the BKB because he's just unable to use his damage output to the fullest potential because he's getting CC control all the time.
Is there any other fringe secondary option, like an AC for attack speed?
I'm trying to think about it. I think I mentioned Master Madness before, but
not in this game.
Not this game.
Yeah, you just.
I think BKB should be the best.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else that can help him survive in team fights. Like he wants to have HP, but at the same time he wants to be able to right click with the impetus. So I think BKB should be the best option.
Let's say magically Z-Freak has
Magically
has a Lotus Orb.
So
Does
you are the magic. You magically give him a Lotus Orb.
Yeah. Does that affect your Enchantress's item build?
No, I think you still want BKB.
Okay.
Like what else do you want to get? Like Hex? I know Hex is nice on the hero.
I don't think you need Hex. Your team is, well, Hex is pretty decent against all these BKB.
Yeah, you know late game you can never go wrong with Hex. That's my motto. If you ever
Don't know what to buy.
in late game, just get Hex.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
So just revisiting the Blink versus Aether Lens on the Kunkka. I think against a Prophet, you can make the argument that the Blink might be better. If he's playing a Rat Dota style, it gives you significantly more catch. Oh, X him!
Oh!
I mean, you could BKB, but you don't have TP.
Swindle says, I don't care.
Bo?
I don't care. Can he blink out?
Oh. That was sort of close. But not really.
Can't hide from Zeus,
Can't escape from him. Can't run from him.
If he actually if he BKB and TP, then obviously he'll be fine. But he didn't. That was a good catch by compLexity. So got
How
them
did
a
they
really big kill.
even? Because they used Zeus ult to scout, right?
Yeah, they saw him like blinking away, I think, and then they just used Zeus out because he didn't BKB the TP. If he had BKB to TP just in case that happened, then he would have been fine. So now look at the BKB charges. It's 8 seconds on Sven. Invoker is down to 6.
And then Prophet is at 10.
Zeus is getting stronger and stronger.
Yep. I mean, I would still say Zeus is very relevant for a lot of the other small things like bolting the ground to check for vision, and then the 2 supports are still very squishy because of the Zeus. But in any case, here comes the complexity, just breaking high ground.
Yep, because Invoker is down. Like, good dodge there by Chesty. And he has all the auras, the Blades, the AC.
My goodness, these Raxes. Swindle's hitting from low ground, high ground.
Okay, Rex down.
Yeah. Ice Blast hits absolutely no one. No, he does hit on Chesty, and he's not focused on Chesty, but there's a Glimmer Cape. Chesty's fine for now, and now they're going to turn around. The boat's going to come through. Everybody is BKB. Solo's dropping low, and he's going to be absolutely dead. Where is Swindles? On the left side, being focused up. He's going to be dead.
Oh my god, that Sunstrike actually managed to pick up the Lone Druid. That was big. And Meteor Deafening Blast takes out the Witch Doctor.
He's not done yet. No one being the wizard. He is focusing on Z-Freak. Cold Snap as well as Force Spirit doing work and just, again, wipes everybody. Mag with his BKB surviving and dishing out a ton of damage.
And he actually took out the Enchantress. That was also important to know.
Using BKB does not...
He went Shadow Blade on Enchantress?
Normally I would say that's an interesting buy, but there's already Glimmer Cape. They're already getting detection for you. I don't know.
Attack speed is nice on Enchantress.
Is he upgrading it for break? Who are you breaking? There's nobody to break.
But the attack damage reduction is good versus Sven. I think that's something very underrated.
Yes. That's fair.
But
the thing is, do you hold it till after his BKB runs out? You're probably dead. I don't know. I would get BKB. Doesn't matter. Vega is currently Raxing. So
that was costly for them. That was really, really costly.
I mean, that was a 6 Sunstrike, right?
Yeah.
Fortunately, I didn't really catch on camera, but I'll take your word for it. What do you mean, what?
Sure. Take my word for it.
Yeah. It was a good Sunstrike. He died.
It feels like you didn't trust me.
I trust you. Lib getting a refresh orb. It's pretty nice.
They need a lot more damage, that's why he's getting... They need like instant damage, because all the damage comes from prolonged fights, because Radiance Burn, obviously the fight's better for Enchantress to survive for a long period of time. But I'm still not sure about the Shadow Blade. Going back to that, I still think BKB would have been better.
It's better if they're gonna go for these kind of...
head-on fights with the BKB. Shadow Blade is like maybe if you're trying to get a pick off, or build into a Silver Edge like you mentioned. I don't think I see enough, a lot of players to actually do that. Using the break from the Silver Edge to actually just 40%. For the damage reduction.
Well, normally I would agree with that argument, but this game with 3 BKBs, it's just not very reliable.
You can wait for it.
Again, it's can you wait for it? You can. It just you might be dead.
Yep, that's why BKB would make sure that you stay alive. I don't know, but right now Vega firmly in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Get the Aegis on the Invoker once more.
Again, a very important game here.
They just need to jump on Sven and kill someone right away.
There's a swap.
Maybe the
He's
swap.
got a self-heal. If he can break it up, there's a self-heal, keeping himself alive, but he can't
the bear is
break afterwards. The boat's going to come out here, and
There's no bear, Lumi!
There's no bear, but there's Enchantress, right? Enchantress! No, she's Invis, except they don't care, they see her. They're going to just keep hitting on the Enchantress. She's dead as well. Does she have buyback? She will buy back right now, but the melee racks will go down.
Maybe even a 4-star would have been better there than the Shadow Blade. She gets countered by the Sprout so badly.
Well,
BKB
Bear! Okay.
Okay, bro.
Alright, nice route.
But what can they do without the Zeus? The Zeus is like the primary amount of damage here. Stun on 2.
Ice Blast is coming in hot. Actually, I'm not sure where that one is aiming, but it's going to graze everybody. Chesty now being focused. Mana Burn actually hurting Swindle quite a bit. Swap back out is Swindle. Nobody focusing on him just yet. The Bear going to get focused. Handskin goes down.
God.
The Aegis is going to come back here. Blink 4 here from the Wizard Man. Wizard Man chasing. Wizard Man gets nobody on the front line. There's also buyback from Witch Doctor. The Rax now being focused. Trine doing a little bit of work. Z-Free coming in. He's got X. He's got both. All right, can he do something? He blinks away. I don't know. I feel like this game is kind of out of the grasp of complexity.
We do not give up until the last moment.
All right.
Anything can happen in Dota 2 Lumi.
Anything can happen. Throw me that bolt. Give me them Dragonlance. Oh no, not like this. Alright.
It sounded like you gave some.
I mean, anything can happen.
Well, Mac pops his BKB. They got the bolt onto no one, but no one is still alive there.
Yeah, he's such a.
I mean, he doesn't have the Aegis anymore, so he needs to back.
He's playing like he has the Aegis though. Lim's gonna get focused down. Meanwhile, looks like somebody died in the fountain. And did he just like rage quit?
What? He just...
Yeah, he just rage quit.
Well, I did not expect that from these guys. They seem like people that won't... Oh no, he TC.
Well.
Oh well, alright.
My bad, GG.
Alright. Because they didn't feel like people that would rage quit.
Yeah.
If you're telling me Ritsu rage quit, I'm like, yeah, you know.
Who rage quit?
Ritsu rage quit, I understand.
Damn, the flavor of Ritsu.
No, yeah, I mean, it's just like, he's hot-headed, so I expect it from him more than, you know, the complexity boys.
Alright, so I think you summed it up during the mid-game, which was complexity missed their timing window a bit.
So
Most quickly on that one push.
They knew they were strong, so you saw the plays they made. They were just not ballsy enough to actually try to do more.
Push it to a different limit.
Yeah, to try to get more. They smoked when they had the Radiance and they tried to get Roshan. Then they were like scared. They backed off because I think it was the Ice Blast or the Trian from Prophet scouting them out, and then they tried to take a fight and didn't work out. And then the second time was them backing off when they were 4v5 and got Strength down. That was, I think, the bigger window before Sven had BKB.
Well, Vega definitely looking good. They are now currently 2-2. Winning their next match would put them in a very good position. Any final thoughts before we go to a break and do our next game?
I think we saw a lot of potential on the offlane and chances when you can actually give her a good start, like in this game. But the hero feels like in certain stages, like you're not sure what can the hero do unless you get so much items. You know, you were talking about, oh, get Dragonlance, get Eggs, but that's going to be a while before it happens. Like between the time after the laning phase to the time that she gets the Dragonlance plus the Aghanim's and maybe even another item, she doesn't offer so much. If you compare her to obviously the other offlanes.
The other offlanes, yeah. There's very few offlanes like her. Maybe we should watch a couple of Boba replays because
why not?
In the American region, he is the king. Enchantress is always
the queen.
The queen. Boba, the queen. All right. Without further ado, our next match is gonna be casted by Gods as well as OD. It's gonna be Complexity versus Secret. That will be very interesting. Complexity mathematically not out, although I'm not 100% sure either way. But we'll see. Secret also not looking too hot.
Haven't really figured out what to pick out for their team, how to play the patch. I mean, I'm sure they know what's wrong. It's just finding the balance for your team. That's important.
All right, that's going to be coming up next after a short break. He is WinteR, I am Luminous. We are signing off for now.